So you've been burned before by cheap welders that look great on paper, but fail the first time you try to strike an arc in the field. Maybe you bought a no-name machine that wouldn't hold amperage when the generator kicked in, or maybe the high-frequency start crapped out after 3 months. I get it, buying a welder feels like rolling the dice unless you know exactly what you're getting into. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. This is where the ESAB Rogue ET200 IPPRO steps in. It's not the cheapest TIG and stick rig on the market, but it's built to avoid the exact problems that make cheaper welders a regret purchase. If you're someone who needs a machine that starts reliably every time, stays stable when your generator sags, and still fits in the back of your truck, this might be the smarter buy. But if you're only doing light hobby work on a perfect 120-volt outlet, you're probably overbuying. Let's talk real-world setup first. The Rogue ET200 IPPRO is compact and lightweight for a 200-amp capable machine, but don't mistake lightweight for flimsy. It's still got the heft you expect from a unit that's designed for fabrication floors and job sites. The IP23S rating means it can handle rain and dust better than most consumer-grade welders. So if you're working under a linter or in a poorly ventilated shop, it's not going to die on you the first time a sprinkler head leaks. I've seen guys drag this thing through muddy job sites without worrying about the electronics frying. The high-frequency start is where this machine earns its keep. Cheap TIG units often sputter or fail to ignite when the tungsten is contaminated or the workpiece isn't perfectly clean. The Rogue's advanced HF start doesn't care, it punches through contamination and gives you a clean arc every time. That's not just convenient, it saves you from grinding out failed starts and redoing passes. If you're welding stainless or aluminum and you can't afford to waste filler metal or time, this feature alone justifies the price. Power factor control is another hidden gem. When you're running off a generator or a long extension cord, voltage drops and amperage fluctuates. Most welders wobble or shut down under those conditions. The Rogue's PFC keeps the arc rock solid even when your power source isn't. I've used it on a 6,500-watt generator running 2 other tools, and the arc stayed stable. That's the kind of reliability you don't appreciate until you've fought a flickering arc on a $200 no-name machine. The pulse feature up to 500 Hz is more than a spec, it's a productivity tool. If you're welding thin materials or doing cosmetic passes, pulsing lets you control heat input and bead appearance. On 16-gauge stainless, I dialed in 40 amps with 300 Hz pulse and got a smooth, heat-controlled bead without blowing through the metal. That's the kind of control you usually only get on industrial machines costing twice as much. Now, where does this machine fall short? It's not a miracle worker for every application. If you're welding thick steel plate over 3/8 inch, you'll still need to manage heat and travel speed manually. The Rogue gives you the tools, but it won't do the thinking for you. Also, the foot pedal is sold separately, so if you're used to a built-in pedal, budget for that upgrade. And while the IP23S rating is solid, it's not fully submersible. Don't dunk it in a puddle and expect it to survive. Who should buy this? Fabricators, job shop owners, and serious DIYers who need a reliable TIG and stick machine for mixed materials and variable power conditions. If you're building race car frames, repairing farm equipment, or doing custom metal work where downtime costs money, this is the kind of tool that pays for itself. It's also a good fit if you're tired of fighting cheap welders that can't handle a real-world power source. Who should skip it? Hobbyists who only weld occasionally on a perfect outlet and don't need advanced features. If you're only doing light stick work on the 1st of August inch steel and your power is always clean, a simpler 160 amp machine will do the job for less. Also, if you're on a tight budget and can't swing the extra cost for accessories like the foot pedal or gas solenoid kit, look elsewhere. Bottom line, The ESAB Rogue ET200 IPPO isn't the cheapest welder you can buy, but it's the kind of machine that avoids the buyer's remorse that comes with cheap alternatives. It starts reliably, stays stable on dirty power, and gives you the controls to dial in professional results. If you need a workhorse that won't quit when the conditions get tough, this is the one to get. Check the link in the description if you want to see the full specs and current pricing on Amazon.